In this video, we'll discuss projection error. People tend to project their current preferences to their future ones. This tendency leads to wrong-headed decisions when the future preferences do not resemble the current ones. When you look for a house to buy in summer, you may assign a higher value to a swimming pool than when you buy a house in winter. You falsely project your preference for a swimming pool in summer to your future preference in winter. Using data of over 40 million vehicle transactions, researchers find that people's preferences for cars varied depending on the weather at the time of purchase. People preferred to buy convertibles when the weather was warm and the sky was clear. On a very warm day in November, convertible buyers were probably thinking that their current preference for a convertible would remain the same during a snowstorm. Likewise, the sales of four-wheel drive vehicles increased by 6% over the following 2 to 3 weeks after a 10-inch snowstorm. People underappreciate the potential changes in their preferences across time, assuming their current preferences remain constant. Researchers asked patients waiting for a kidney transplant to predict what their life quality would be if they did not receive a transplant. 1 year later, the researchers went back to the same patients to collect data on their self-reported life quality. Surprisingly, the patients reported a higher quality of life than they predicted 1 year ago. They had adapted to the changes in life. To counteract the projection bias, cooling off laws have been enacted at both the state and federal levels. Consumers sometimes make costly purchase decisions when they are influenced by the projection bias. Under the cooling off laws, they are allowed to return products they purchased during a specified cooling off period. In public policy and governance, the framers of the U.S. Constitution structured a cooling off period, either subtly or explicitly, in the process of amending the Constitution. James Madison shared his concern of making policies in the heat of passion in the Federalist No. 10. He wrote, "Where a majority is included in a faction, the form of popular government enables it to sacrifice to its ruling passion or interest both the public good and the rights of other citizens." To avoid succumbing to passion and transient emotions, procedural hurdles were set up to counteract the projection bias in making decisions to amend the U.S. Constitution, such as approval by 2/3 of both the House and the Senate, as well as 3/4 of the states. In France, 2 successive legislatures' votes are required on any proposed changes to the Constitution. We make life-changing decisions such as marriage, divorce, adoption, and even suicide when we are in transient emotional states. In those decisions, if we falsely project our current emotional states to our future ones, we cannot reverse our decisions without harming ourselves and others around us. A cooling off period is much needed before making those decisions. The same applies to leaders' decision-making in organizations, such as decisions on personnel issues and any high-stakes decision. Due process is put in place for a reason. Leaders must resist the urge to assert their power and circumvent due process. In this video, we talk about the projection error. People tend to project their current preferences to their future ones. This tendency leads to wrong-headed decisions when the future preferences do not resemble the current ones. Now it is time for you to provide an example of the projection error and reflect on how it influences decisions made by you or the people around you.